Hello there, it's your girl, Dr. Stephanie D. Barnes. And if you don't know me, I am a healthcare innovation attorney by day, but I'm always the liberated lawyer. And I help high achieving women to experience a life that is fulfilled, fit, and free. And these days, I am also a badass bodybuilder. And it is time for me to prepare for my next competition. So, for those of you who know me and those of you who may be getting to know me for the first time, in addition to practicing law and coaching women and speaking and writing and all that good stuff, I enjoy competitive bodybuilding. I've been strength training for, I guess, 4 years now, but I have been in competitive bodybuilding going on 2 years now. So I had a competition back in June. It did not go as planned. I worked really hard, but my body just really didn't come together the way it needed to. But I learned a lot and I have a goal. My goal is to be top 5. So I am getting ready for my next competition, which is going to be on November 1st. And I entered prep, the dreaded prep. And for those of you who don't know about bodybuilding, you bulk where you are building muscle. And then right before the competition, or as you get close to the competition, you do what's called cutting, where you are basically losing weight and dehydrating so that your muscles really pop. So I have just started the cutting phase, and it is my least favorite. I don't like it, but I really want to be in top 5. So I'm down with the cutting. So the cool thing is I have a new meal plan because not all weight loss, strengthening, cut meal plans or whatever are the same. So we learned that my body did not respond well to the last meal plan I was on for when it was time to cut. And for the first time in my life, I'm complaining about I lost too much weight. I never thought those words would ever come out my mouth, but they did. But anyway, I'm on a new meal plan. I really love it. It's good. And it makes this a little bit more enjoyable because I actually enjoy the food I'm eating. My last meal plan had a lot of fish, and I thought I was going to turn into a mermaid or something and swim away. But this one has foods that I enjoy. I'm eating a lot of bison and chicken and salmon, so, and turkey. So I love those 3 or 4 meats, and so I'm really, really happy. So anyway, as I have been preparing for this competition, this will be my 3rd competition that I've prepared for. No, my 4th competition that I've prepared for, and the 3rd one that I've actually competed, because I prepared for a competition last September and they canceled it a week before it was ready. I mean, a week before we were supposed to go on stage. So I did all of that work, did that cutting, and I think that was my best body, quite honestly. So my best body never got a chance to compete, but don't you worry, I'm gonna bring another best body to the stage in November. So um, at this point, I know what to expect, and it is not something that is new to me, and I understand the process. And one of the things that I think people don't fully appreciate about any type of competitive sport, but anything that involves weight loss, building your best body, and if you're doing that um, for aesthetics or for your health or even for a competitive sport, it's not just about going to the gym. Anybody can go to the gym. That is not what makes you competitive. What makes you competitive is having alignment excuse me, between your mind, your body, and your spirit. Because competitive anything is difficult on you because you are literally competing against other people. And Being a competitive bodybuilder, you are literally comparing your body to other people's bodies. And if you are not prepared for that psychologically, and you're not prepared for that spiritually, even, it can have a detrimental impact on you, regardless of how good you look. Because there are only 5 women that are going to be in the call outs in most things. Usually it's 5, sometimes it's more than that. And there's only one woman that is going to be deemed the best body, who's going to get first place. So even if you are the woman that gets first place, you still have the pressure of, are you going to get first place next time? So it's a lot of psychological stress on the women who are competing. And for the everyday woman, there is stress around, how we look, because, our bodies are judged constantly. We are judged by our peers. If we are, so unfortunate, we're judged by our families, we're judged by our significant others. So, there's a lot of judgment that comes along with any woman's body. You're too thin, you're too small. Is it real? Do you have a BBL? Why? All these different things. We are constantly under stress as it relates to our bodies. So, knowing that, and having been through this competition season 3 times before, I know how to best prepare myself to be the best, not just the best body on the stage, but to have alignment between my mind, my body, and my spirit. So as I prepared for cut or cutting for prep, I thought about how I could make sure that I had alignment between my mind, body, and spirit. And so when I think about keeping a strong mind, I think about, one, being focused on positive things and being focused on the outcome. So on the days when I don't want to eat, even though I like this food, I want some other food. I went to dinner with friends the other night, and they had drinks and they had food. They had all this good food on the menu, and I drank water because, one, there was nothing on the menu that I could eat. There was one thing on the menu I could eat. They had chicken skewers, but the chicken was marinated in soy, and I'm allergic to soy, really, really badly allergic to soy. So I wasn't trying to have no anaphylactic nothing up in the restaurant. So I just drank water, and that was a little miserable. But I've got a goal. I want to be top 5. So because I can constantly focus on what my goal is, it helps me to overcome feeling any type of way about not being able to do what everybody else is doing, because everybody else has a different goal. They're not trying to be competitive for a bodybuilding competition. I am. So that's the first thing, is really thinking about your mind. So even if you're on your fitness journey, what is the reason that you want to be fit? Because if it's just to be in a dress size, or for an event, or for something that is not anchored in who you are and who you desire to be, you will have more difficulty sticking to your diet and your meal plan, and you will succumb to those moments when you want the donut. You want the cake, you want whatever it is. So think about how you can prepare your mind. And for me, I think about my writing. That is a good way that I am able to express myself. Getting good sleep, that is so important. That is so underestimated, the importance of sleep on weight loss. There's studies that show it. It is just the thing. And so I can't sleep if my mind won't turn off, if my mind is stressed, and if my mind is not healthy. So I have to protect my mind so that I can sleep, so that my muscles can grow, because that's when all the good stuff happens. I don't know all the biology, but it's some biological stuff going on when you sleep that builds muscles. So you need to sleep. So I committed to reintegrating my daily meditation at the beginning of my day. I used to do that and I got off track, and I can tell the difference in my mental wellness when I don't meditate in a consistent way. And even though I pray every day, the meditation really is an invitation to stillness. God said, be still and know that I'm God. He meant sit your behind down somewhere and listen. You can't hear him if your mind is noisy and everything is noisy. So you've got to be still. So that's something that I've reinstituted, and I've incorporated yoga, because yoga is an integration of mind, body, and spirit. And it allows you to stretch and to breathe and to be mindful of where you are. So that's the first thing I did in preparing for my competition, get my mind right. The second thing, of course, is the body, right? And the It's important. I don't miss the gym. Even on days when I don't want to go to the gym, I go to the gym because I I love working out. And like I say, I have a goal. My goal is to be top 5, and I can't skip going to the gym and think that I even have a chance of being top 5. So that's how I'm able to do that, is again, and that ties back into mine, where I stick to my meal plan with precision, and I don't try to do a little something something because I want something extra, but I follow the meal plan. Stick to my workout plan, and like I say, rest is restorative. It is an active part of becoming your best self. So you need to rest, you need to sleep. And then the last part is spirit. And again, that ties back into meditation and daily prayer. So even my prayers are focused on how can I remain steadfast in this race, this literal competition, so that I can achieve my goal. Because my goal is to be top 5. My overarching goal, though, is to be the best body that I can be. And even if I don't make top 5, I will have succeeded in my goal, because I will have the best body that I've ever had in my life. So that's something that I stay focused on. So a lot of times, I will have women, just as a matter of fact, a couple of days ago, I was talking to someone and they were asking me about, well, how do you do it? How did you lose weight? Because a lot of people don't know, or may not remember, may not realize, I've lost 40 pounds in the last, I guess 4 years ago. Yeah, 4 years ago, maybe 4.5 years ago, I was 40 pounds heavier. And I was not the healthiest. I was ill, and my back hurt, and I wasn't in the best health. And I committed to becoming healthier. That was really what the goal was. I didn't like the way I looked, let's be honest. But most of all, I didn't like the way I felt. So I started exercising, and years ago, the pandemic actually helped me because it gave me time. I didn't have to go into work. And so I started running again, and lost probably, I guess, I lost maybe 15 pounds just by changing my diet and running again, integrating movement again. And then I got sick and I lost another 20 pounds. And I don't advise that, but when I learned that I had allergies, I couldn't figure out what I was allergic to, so I stopped eating, so that I could, have the allergic reactions go away. And I lost another 20 pounds, but I lost it really, really quick. And I got down to, I was really skinny. And I was down to, I think, 116 pounds, which is small, but I wasn't 116 pounds of muscle. I was just thin. My family thought I was sick. So, but anyway, but a lot of women often ask me, how do you do it? Because once I lost that weight, I've been able to keep it off, and I've done it through strength training and some other things. So you may have some fitness goals. You may not be trying to become a bodybuilder, and you don't have to be a bodybuilder to build your best body. And so I invite you to a webinar where I will teach you how I have kept this weight off in menopause, working full time, busy life, busy woman, because it's not easy, but it can be done. And one of the things that I always say is, something may be difficult, but it's not impossible. And being your best self, being your healthiest self, is possible. So if you are interested in learning how you can build your best body at any age, the registration for or registration information for a seminar or webinar that I'm going to host on Monday, September 8th at 7 o'clock PM EST is in the comments, and I'll teach you. You will get information about meal plans, workout plans, and some other strategies that you can implement to build your best body. And just like anything else that we do, it takes a plan, it takes a strategy, it takes a team. Even though you are literally losing the weight yourself, you don't have to lose it by yourself. You can have a community and someone who's been there, someone who's achieved it, who can help you to achieve your health goals. So, like I say, if you are ready to build your best body at any age, join me on Monday, September 8th, 7 o'clock p.m. EST, and we will discuss these strategies that can help you to build your best you. So, like I say, life is too long to be unfulfilled, and fulfillment is anchored in our health. And when we are healthy, we are able to bring our best self to the world and to wherever we are. So the information is in the comments. Join me Monday, September 8th, 7 o'clock p.m. so that you can learn how to be fabulous, fit, and free. I'll see you there.